Welcome to Afghanistan Policy Programs in Research, Centering Student Voices. For over a year now, I've been leading a research project involving Afghans displaced in Iraq, where more than 100 American University of Afghanistan students wound up after the fall of Kabul.
We shut the university down. It was 6 hours of gunfire. It destroyed our small 5-acre campus. It was a beautiful campus, loved by all of these students who were always out kicking soccer balls and sharing computers on the quad. We had to evacuate. Then the chaos began to get our students out of the country, and we are so grateful to AUIS, to AUCA in Bishkek, to Bard College in New York, where we had nearly 100 students. Our students were evacuated and placed in universities all over the world.
Indeed, what I found when I started listening to these young people, some of whom are with us today, is not only did they have those gut-wrenching stories of heartbreak and loss, of being torn away from their families, of seeing their dreams dashed and their homeland plundered. You can read all those things in the New York Times. It was also much more sort of nuanced understanding and highly sophisticated takes on their experiences that you won't read in the New York Times.
One of the primary aims of our UNESCO chair is to engage in dialogue, to generate new knowledge, to cultivate the networks on some of the most timely and complex international education challenges that we face as a global community.
Everyone acknowledges that people with lived experiences of forced displacement as a result of persecution, conflict, violence, and human rights violations need to be heard. We all agree. We know that their perspectives should be at the center of the discussions in formulating, designing, implementing, and evaluating policy, practice, and research.
And so I want to really give a shout out both to Kyle and to Jay for the work that they're doing that enables us to better understand the dynamics of the human experience and the complex journeys that we undertake in the world today. Out of this, my anticipation, my expectation is we'll be able to generate important insights and new knowledge into the educational research and policy interventions that are needed.
Hollins has been eager to see that the educational gains made in the last 2 decades between Taliban rule, that these gains were not for naught. And so when I told them about the work that I was doing, they were eager to partner. And so with their help, we soon developed an approach not only to give Afghan students a platform to talk about their educational experiences and ideas for strengthening the experiences of other Afghans in the diaspora and back at home, but to do so in a way that puts their voices front and center among key decision makers in government, in the nonprofit sector, in universities. What would they do differently if they were exposed to these students' experiences, to their insights, to their questions?
It is a great pleasure for me to be here today, and I thank you all for keeping Afghanistan in the forefront of your minds.